good, YouTube? It is your boy, A Reco, back with another fucking video, man. And we got the teen who killed his family, the disturbing case of David Brom. Damn. Hey, and I already know what y'all boys thinking with the unreleased Fridays. Hey, I got y'all boys with the unreleased Fridays. We gonna go ahead and get into that. But I wanted to post this first, but I'm gonna make sure I post this probably by Wednesday. Probably gonna post it Monday or Wednesday. It just depends. But yeah, we gonna get that unreleased Friday. We gonna get them unreleased Fridays out, bro. Just comment what y'all want me to do, what artists y'all want me to do, what songs y'all want me to do. We gonna go ahead and get that. We gonna knock those out. I fuck with that Under the Ash.
On a cold February morning in 1988, students at Lord Catholic High School in Rochester, Minnesota, began whispering about something too horrifying to believe. A rumor was spreading through the hallways that one of their classmates, 16-year-old David Brom, had murdered his entire family the night before. At first,
Oh, damn, they had a rumor already? Shit. Whoa. Whoa. That is crazy already. Like, did this nigga told someone, or he had some Project X shit? He had a party, he killed them niggas or some shit. Like he had killed them before and hit the bodies, and then some shit happened, or
a rumor was spreading through the hallways that one of their classmates, 16-year-old David Brom, had murdered his entire family the night before. At first, it sounded impossible, the kind of cruel gossip that can take hold in a school and disappear by lunchtime. But as teachers and administrators began hearing the same story from multiple students, concern quickly turned into alarm. Authorities were contacted, and deputies were sent to the Brom family home for a welfare check. What they found inside would become one of Minnesota's most notorious murder cases.
Damn.
This is the story of David Brom.
Right,
David Francis Brom was born on October 3, 1971, and raised in Cascade Township near Rochester, Minnesota. By most outward appearances, the Brom family looked stable and successful. Bernard Brom worked as an advisory engineer at IBM and was active in the local Catholic Church. Paulette Brom helped support the family, and together they were raising 4 children in a well-to-do neighborhood.
Cool. So he had a good life type shit. Damn, what made this nigga flipped out, bruh?
David was one of the younger children. His older brother Joe had already moved away from home. Still living there were David, his sister Diane, and his younger brother Richard, also known as Rick. Friends later described David as once being a fair-haired, popular teenager who did well in school. He had grown up in a structured household shaped by Catholic values, church involvement, and expectations of discipline. To neighbors and acquaintances, the Brom family often appeared to embody the image of success and stability. But in the months leading up to the murders, people noticed changes. His style shifted. He became interested in punk and heavy metal music. David dyed his hair.
Bro, look at this nigga cut, bro. Oh my god. Oh shit. Hold on.
His style shifted. He became interested in punk and heavy metal music. David dyed his hair, shaved the sides, and spiked the back. Most importantly, some of his personality changed too. Several friends later told investigators that David seemed depressed. Some claimed he had spoken for months about killing his family. Others said he often talked about abuse or conflict inside the home. There were also reports that he had attempted to take his life twice in the months before the murders. Whether these statements reflected reality, exaggeration, or teenage rumor would become...
Shit, that nigga must be been like, shit. I feel like I wanna take myself outside. I'm not gonna put my family through that type of pain type shit. Or he was just crazy as hell. We gonna find out.
A central question later. But by February of 1988, something was clearly wrong. According to investigators, tensions in the Brom household had reached a breaking point. Multiple friends claimed David often argued with his father, especially over music. One account suggested the murders followed a fight over a tape that David had bought. Another said the argument happened around 11:30 p.m. on February 17th. What happened next unfolded inside the family home while the rest of Rochester slept. Investigators believed David stayed awake until around 3 a.m. Then, armed with an axe, he began moving through the second floor of the house. His father, Bernard, was attacked first in the parents' bedroom. According to later witness statements, David allegedly said he struck his father repeatedly, but his father kept trying to get up. Paulette was then attacked. David.
But you know how strong you have to be to fucking get up while you get chopped with a fucking axe, bro. Like, I just seen a video today, actually. Like, this nigga chopped his grandparents up, bro. Like, it was like so gruesome. It was like, rest in peace to them too. But it was so gruesome, bro. It was like, you know how gruesome and how terrifying that would be to like get chopped up and you like try to fight back and try to get up, bro. It's like, bro was fighting, and I respect that. I respect bro.
According to later witness statements, David allegedly said he struck his father repeatedly, but his father kept trying to get up. Paulette was then attacked. David next entered the bedroom of his 11-year-old brother Rick, who was found in bed. At some point during the violence, 13-year-old Diane encountered the scene in the upstairs hallway. She and her mother were found together near the top of the stairs. By the time it was over, 4 members of the Brom family were deceased. Authorities later determined that all 4 victims had suffered numerous gashes to the head and upper body. Some reports stated the attack involved 56 blows with the axe. Hack marks were found in wooden doors where the weapon had struck and lodged into the frame during the frenzy. After the killings, David did not call the police. He did not flee the state immediately. Instead, what followed was almost surreal. When deputies arrived later that day for the welfare check, they entered through an unlocked garage door. The first floor of the home was in disarray. Letters and greeting cards were scattered across the floor. A downstairs bathroom was smeared with black hair dye. Upstairs was the crime scene. In the basement, investigators found the murder weapon resting on top of a stack of National Geographic magazines. The axe was covered in blood. Forensic testing later indicated it had been used to kill all 4 victims. The handle reportedly contained both palm and fingerprint impressions. 2 knives were also found upstairs, but they did not appear to have been used. 1 family member was missing. David Brom was nowhere in the house. As investigators searched David's bedroom, they discovered a notebook in his closet. Inside were handwritten plans for Wednesday and Thursday.
What?
The Wednesday list included packing clothes, calling several friends, packing a cooler, getting ice, killing his family and burying them, going to the bank, and getting hair dye. While the Thursday list included packing the car, picking up 2 of his friends, dyeing his hair, and leaving. To detectives, it suggested premeditation. As police canvassed Rochester and interviewed students, a bizarre picture began to emerge. David had allegedly told 2 friends that he wanted to leave his...
It's already first degree because bro was already like... Because the music shit, it already looking like it's first degree, but it's like... That's more damning evidence on your ass. This nigga wrote shit down in a journal.
Life behind. Steal his parents' money, travel to Florida for a vacation of a lifetime, and when the money ran out, he would end his life. Those friends said they thought it was a joke. That was until he showed up at school and claimed he had actually done it. According to witness accounts, David went to Lewis High School
Stupid.
the morning after the murders. He spoke with friends and told at least one girl what had happened. She later said he'd asked her to skip school and go with him. While they were together, he described killing his family in detail. He also reportedly tried to convince a former girlfriend to go to the movies that night, as if nothing had happened only hours earlier.
That nigga the type of nigga to be like, oh, you want to go see the bodies? Yeah, yeah, they upstairs. Yeah, my little brother's still in his bed. I dropped him up while he was trying to go to sleep. Like, bro, what type of shit are you on, weirdo? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm glad that those niggas got them. Yeah. Cause this nigga is a menace. This nigga needed to get off the street. Cause what the fuck? This nigga casually killed his family and went out to go out to the movies with a girl. Like, bro, what the fuck are you on, weirdo ass nigga? Rest in peace to them, man. Rest in peace to them, man. I hope they rest in at peace right now, cause I look you think that he took himself for real. Like, no cap. Like, I don't even think this nigga got arrested for real. I look you think this nigga just took himself out. Like, they took the easy GTA out. GTA. That nigga's a goofy, man. That nigga's a goofy, bro.
The girl declined, but later told investigators that David frightened her and often talked about wanting to hurt others. Throughout the day, David moved around Rochester. Reports placed him at a grocery store, a park, a friend's house, and having lunch with friends from John Marshall High School at Godfather's Pizza. To many investigators, his behavior that day became one of the most unsettling aspects of the case. Witnesses described him as calm, social, and detached. While his family lay deceased at home, he was eating pizza, making plans, and trying to recruit friends to leave town with him. Meanwhile, the rumors he had started were spreading rapidly through school hallways. Eventually, students told counselors, and counselors alerted authorities. That call triggered the welfare check that uncovered the murders. But by then, David had vanished. He spent the night hiding in a cement culvert near Valley High Drive. Investigators later found items there suggesting an attempted getaway: a bank card belonging to his parents, a toothbrush, a comb, soda, and candy. Additional supplies were found in the van he had apparently planned to use to drive to Florida. The next day, February 19th, someone spotted a young man matching David's description at a post office near Valley High Drive, speaking on a payphone. The witness overheard him say, "It's too late now." Police moved in quickly and confirmed the teen to be David Brom. He was arrested on scene. According to reports, David appeared nervous and frightened during the arrest. Once in custody, officers told him they had many questions, but after interviewing him for only 3 minutes, David asked for an attorney, and questioning ended. The legal battle that followed focused on one central issue. Was David Brom legally responsible for what he had done? Mental insanity. Due to the nature of his crime, David was charged as an adult. His trial began in 1989, where his defense entered a plea of not guilty by reason of mental illness. Psychiatrists were called by both sides. All agreed that David suffered from some form of mental health issues, but they sharply disagreed on whether he understood right from wrong at the time of the murders.
Nigga, it's premeditated murder, bro. This nigga was arguing with his dad. He put it in the journal. This nigga told niggas about it. He even told niggas about it before. He told niggas about it after. He even fucking went and planned about going to escape to a whole nother state and using his parents' money. He said after that, he was going to end himself. Sound like it's a foolproof plan for me, for a regular nigga that don't, that knows what's going on. Like, this nigga knows what he's doing, bro. Like, this nigga not cuckoo in the brain. He's not cuckoo. He probably a little bipolar or something, but like, bro, that nigga not really mentally a cuckoo. Like, come on, bro.
4 psychiatrists testified for the prosecution. Two specifically concluded that
Come
he
on,
was
man.
not legally insane when the killings occurred.
Yes, sir.
The defense presented a psychiatrist who believed David did not understand that killing his parents and siblings was wrong. The jury had to weigh not only the brutality of the crime, but the state of mind behind it. On October 17, 1989,
Life.
David Brom was found guilty. He was sentenced to multiple life terms, 3 consecutive and 1 concurrent.
Yes, sir.
At the time, it was effectively a sentence to die in prison, with no realistic chance of parole. For many in Rochester, the case was over. But the questions never disappeared. What drives a 16-year-old to annihilate his own family? Was it rage, mental illness,
It was
abuse, depression, fantasy, or some combination of all four?
It was probably
Friends
rage
had
and
described conflict
depression.
in the home. Some said David idolized his older brother Joe, who had been forced out of the house 2 years earlier. Others said David resented both his brother and his parents over that situation. Yet Joe himself reportedly said David seemed normal and had never shared much about what was supposedly happening at home. Joe also said he never witnessed physical abuse while he lived there. A school counselor reportedly indicated the family may have been attending counseling. Even decades later, no single explanation fully satisfied the public. The crime also produced strange cultural fallout. Media outlets at one point falsely linked the murders to controversial music, amplifying fears about punk and alternative scenes in the late 1980s. The case was referenced in songs and pop culture, becoming part of a larger moral panic of the era. But behind all of that noise were 4 real victims: Bernard Brom, Paulette Brom, Diane Brom, and Richard Brom. The funeral was held at Pax Christi Roman Catholic Church on February 21, 1988. More than 650 mourners attended. They were laid to rest at Calvary Cemetery. As years passed,
He's
David
still
remained incarcerated
alive!
at Lino Lakes Prison. By many accounts, he adjusted to prison life quietly. Jail monitors early on had described him as conversational and seemingly normal, speaking about cars or friends, sleeping through the night, and showing no obvious outward instability. To some, that made the case even more difficult to understand. Then, decades later, the law changed. In 2023, Minnesota...
You are a goofy ass nigga. You are a goofy ass nigga. I would never kill my fucking family. I don't care how mad them niggas make me. I don't care what them niggas do. I would never kill my fucking family. My immediate family. My mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, even my cousins, first cousins. I would not kill them niggas because them niggas mean the most to me. Like, what the fuck are you on, bro? Like,
Minnesota ended juvenile life without parole sentences and made the change retroactive. The decision reflected a broader shift across the United States, following Supreme Court rulings that found mandatory life without parole for juveniles unconstitutional. Because David was 16 at the time of the murders, he became eligible for release consideration after serving more than 35 years. That possibility reignited pain for surviving relatives, former neighbors, and many who remembered the horror of 1988. During a January 2025 parole hearing, David reportedly admitted he had struggled with depression at the time and blamed others for his problems. In July of 2025, he was released under a work release program to a halfway house in the Twin Cities. Reports stated he was working in cabinetry and wearing a GPS ankle monitor. Then, on January 27, 2026, the Minnesota Parole Board voted 5-2 to grant full parole supervision status. He would serve parole in Anoka County. By then, David Brom was in his 50s. A man who entered prison as a teenager had become free after spending most of his life behind bars. For some, that outcome represented rehabilitation and the belief that juveniles can change. For others, it was an unthinkable second injustice after the murders of 4 innocent family members.
I was about to
And
say
that
bro.
tension remains at the
Bro,
heart of the David Brom case.
I don't like
Because
that,
some
bro.
crimes are so shocking
I really
that
do
time
not like
alone
that.
never resolves them.
I'm so blown about that.
More than 3 decades
Like, what?
later, people still return to the same haunting image. A quiet Minnesota family home, snow outside, silence inside, and one night that destroyed everything. The question of whether David Brom deserved release may divide opinion, but what happened in that house in February of 1988 can never be undone. Hi friends, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to my
Oh man. That is crazy. What the fuck do you mean this nigga got released, bro? I I don't know what to say. Like, they failed that family, bro. 4 innocent people died. And it's like, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, like, rest in peace to them, man.